We're done working with the creating shape of terrain, working with materials. So let's go ahead. Next step is working with atmosphere. Okay, to do this, we'll actually going set up first position for our sun. And even it's like a little bit too far, what I usually like to bring it closer to my terrain. So it's kind of easy to come right here and preview. At this time, when I adjust position of the sun, I'm just looking right here for the shadows. And I want to highlight a little bit them on the side, so you see how the line going, but add some of those shadows right on the back, so it's give it us a little bit more dimension. We'll have it a very nice preview. It's what I'm doing. Looking right here, maybe take this little bit down, create a nicer, deeper shadows. Okay, next we'll go atmosphere editor. And you'll notice right here, we're going to use the photometric for this. You can always switch to standard if you feel like, but for purpose of this tutorial, we'll just use this one. Okay, next, I want to create a little bit more dusty kind of look, almost like these sandstorms or something going on. So we'll go add a little bit coldish look, but at the same time add density. Let's go to our haze. So we'll take our haze slightly down. We'll create a little bit sharper, colder. Okay, but I want to take my fog and pop up way higher. So the haze, it's going to add these kind of glowing or color higher level than fog. Fog is mostly will go on a lower end, and it's what I'm trying to do. Add this almost like sand things, because the sand does not go way high, kind of almost like sandstorm kind of going around. And we're doing this by increasing our fog color. Okay, also glow intensity. So I'm just actually, for now, just take a little bit down and increase a little bit of aerial perspective. Okay, next I want to go inside the clouds and let's add a few clouds in the back. So we'll go just work with dark canvas at this point. Okay, I want to take opacity 100. We'll take density way down. So almost like very whispering kind of effect going on right there. Okay, we want to pop up details higher, so we have all this kind of interesting sharper effect. Okay, let's add altitude variation to the 100. We'll take a little bit down on ambient light and increase feathering as well. Okay, maybe this one is a little bit too high and dense, so maybe we want to go to 1%, like right here. So it's almost slightly visible, but you see distortion right here. And let's take cover a little bit down. Okay, now right on the sky, well, let's go back to our creation, and if we want to add a little bit more yellowish, we can add decay. You can see it's become a bit too reddish maybe for this. So it's the reason why I was taking down, create a little bit more coldish, but still right on the edge we want to bring in. So right here, just a little bit yellow enough. Maybe 22. Okay, another, after these options, we can play a little bit more with the haze overall. So it will add some of this kind of dirty look. Okay. As well, you can play a little bit more with the glowing effect, which is producing from the sun. Kind of spread a little bit out. So, but I think for the sharpness, we'll just keep it this way. Okay, let's increase. One option when you start working with this, you'll notice your light cut does not necessarily represent what you wanted. It's because automatic adjustments is applied. If we open camera right here, you can see after expose is on. So let's turn off, and you can see it's a little bit becomes slightly darker. And it's what I want to do. I like to keep it after expose off, because I want to control my lighting. I want to make darker or lighter without camera automatically adjusting. This is also may lead to some other artifacts when you work with additional lighting settings. So just be careful when you use that one, because it is going to mislead with some color options. Let's click OK. And as we select our camera, we can just slightly adjusting if you need it. So I'll go bring cameras a little bit down and maybe bring a little bit up. Okay, we'll go right in here in atmosphere editor. Want to be sure my lighting set global radius, so it's all set properly here. I want to go set final. I won't have a big resolution, just one preview at this point. I'm going to preview how it's look at this far. I probably need to rework a little bit on the shadows, make them softer, kind of more deserty look for this scenery. Actually, in desert with harsh lights, you will have harsh shadows, but I think a little bit softer on them may add this kind of haziness as well. Here's our render. Again, some shadows I'm looking right here, maybe a little bit too dusty. Maybe just to release, increase a little bit more sharpness. And bring sun a little bit higher. The shadows a little bit too long. And move sun a little bit more towards us. So let's do this way. So right here we have our sun. I'm moving this just slightly this way, so we'll have shadows going a little bit away this way. Okay, we also take our sun, bring a little bit up. Okay, let's make shadows shorter and a little bit less warm color. As well, we can go inside the sky and fog, and let's take this down, make it colder, and reduce some of those haziness, add a little bit more sharpness to this, but we still have it a little bit dirty look, kind of. Okay, we'll go to do this way, pop up a little bit on a glowing. The next thing what I want to do is go inside the sun. We'll go to edit objects, we'll go to the shadows, and right here where it says 100%, I want to take down to maybe 97. It will don't create these very hard shadows right on edges. And as well, we're modifying. I noticed some of those rocks maybe was a little bit too sharp for me. So I'm going to edit the object, and till in preview you can see where the plant was kind of placing for our camera. Okay, we'll go to edit function. Okay, and inside the function, we can take some of these properties and modify them. So for example, let's go to Vernight, maybe take this one just a little bit smaller, so there will be adjust, and in terrain, we'll take roughness down. Okay, maybe to 53. So it will reduce some of this noise, create a little bit more smoother look. Okay, we can pop up here, and in our smooth map as well, just adjustments. Okay, so here's we have our map. Okay, we can go preview. Overall, just slightly adjustment. We don't want to have it too dramatic. But nice things about these materials, because we set them independent and also dynamic population. Next time what we do, they will place them properly, and we'll recreating that. So it's kind of nice this way. Let's click OK. Let's take our camera, and I'm just trying to preview. Yeah, maybe even move a little bit more far away. Adjusting. Let's bring a little bit closer, like this. kind of look on terrain a little bit closer, I think. They also, remember when we created sand, this one actually will take down, create a little bit smaller effect. And on the bumps, you notice we don't have any bumps at all. So we could add a little bit better. So we can create on the bumps and take to create additional. Let's go to our noise. So we'll go to fractal. We'll just create terrain fractal. And we'll connect to the bumps in this case. We also want to take metascale 5. And we'll stretch them as well, 0.4. Okay. And because we stretch, we want to take this stretch damping and just slightly increasing. So it will stretch, but reduce some of those stretching artifacts. Okay, in this case, let's go to even more, 2 maybe. And just this one, there you go. So it will look nicer effect on a bump map. So we'll have 3 right here. Okay, we can now go inside this sand, and we don't want to replace, we want kind of add, and you can see we have a nicer effect. And on the top, we'll say we go to the add to this. With a properly bump map, we should have it more interesting look terrain. And let's go preview. Okay, as preview going, I can see its bumps, it's work well. Okay, we can stop at this point. And I'm going to set at least final. You want to go higher resolution, and I will increase as well overall resolution for this render. So I'm going to render right now. Pause the tutorial and come back when render is completed. We have our image finished rendering. It took 2 hours, quite a bit. Mostly it is atmosphere and cloud settings. Let's click OK. And we can go look in the history, how it was progressing by creating. Okay, right here is our last image. You can see we have a nice rocks population. So let's go ahead, and for those who are interested, we'll go take inside the Photoshop and we'll process a little bit inside Photoshop. Overall points, what I want to show, it's right here. You see how we nicely created this sand looking on the sides, like a rock poking through the sand. We also have it somewhat dry land with a special population.